I like to place an order. Yeah. Hey, let me get a chicken box and a half and half. Alright, good looking out.
Tinted window screaming after law out my mouth. I'm switching lanes from up north to down south. Now everybody trying to figure how I put it down. I took my show on the road straight out of town. Pee-wee is my nigga, so you know I brought some crooks with me.
1998, they trying to throw the book at me.
Tell me what you see every time you take a look at me. A straight P, I only be where the hookers be. A old head, but still can pull any fly chick. One thing's for sure, you never see me ride a nigga dick. I got a thoroughbred who loves to call me pretty daddy. Through Alabama, getting hit in a pink caddy when I come through. Everybody knows me, the young niggas love me. They call me they OG. Go and do your homework about the shit that I spit. They gon' tell you that that nigga Shank is legit. A chicken box a half and half when I'm switching lanes. I'm switching lanes. A chicken box a half and half when I'm switching lanes. When I'm switching lanes. A chicken box a half and half when I'm switching lanes. When I'm switching lanes. A chicken box a half and half when I'm switching lanes. I'm switching lanes. I eat a chicken box before I play a game of spades.
Can I get some ketchup?
Half is sweet tea mixed with lemonade. Some brown liquor with a coke to sharpen up my skills. I switch lanes cause I only fuck with the real. Now she's a winner, so I got to keep her on my team. Plus I'm a real one, so I never ever sell her dreams. You wanna know if I'll quit or if I'll stop? But they say it ain't over till your casket drops. A chicken box a half and half when I'm switching lanes. When I'm switching lanes. A chicken box a half and half when I'm switching lanes. When I'm switching lanes. A chicken box a half and half when I'm switching lanes. When I'm switching lanes. A chicken box a half and half when I'm switching lanes. When I'm switching lanes. Salute everybody. I want to welcome everybody to this demonstration. If NAZIYAH Harris ran away, who's helping to hide her? Part 2. Timestamp 2:35:10. Salute to the chat. Salute to all of my wonderful moderators. Salute to the replay gang. And this is the backup channel. And what I want to do is I want to give other people opportunity to be a moderator for me. So I think I got maybe like 10 more new people that I'm going to be giving a moderator's wrench to. If I give you a wrench and if you don't want to be my moderator, just let me know and I'll take the wrench back. But I just want to show all my supporters how much I really appreciate y'all. Now, of course, if you got a wrench on the main channel, then I'm not going to give you a wrench on the backup channel. And that's because I want to give other people that support me, I want to give them an opportunity to be a moderator. All right. So I do have some more wrenches that I am going to give out. And once again, if you don't want the wrench, just let me know and I'll give the wrench to somebody that wants it. Let me read my copyright disclaimer and then we're going to jump into part 2. Copyright disclaimer under section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. What that means is that everything that you hear in this demonstration is for entertainment and educational purposes. It's all allegedly. Now, in part one, we went over the interview that I done with Kenya, Kiwana, and Janelle. Now the timestamp is 2:35:10. That's the beginning of Kiwana calling out Kenya for allegedly, I gotta say allegedly, calling out Kenya for allegedly taking NAZIYAH away in her truck. Now, whether you believe it or not, it was said. So if you want to be able to hear the whole demonstration, the demonstration is on my main channel, Shank Rock, and it's Kenya pulls up on Shank to set the record straight. And the timestamp is 2:35:10. Now, we're going to start off with the evangelist. Please, Rock Squad. Please, Rock Squad and others. I'm begging y'all. Please be on y'all best behavior so we can get through this demonstration, y'all. Please be on y'all best behavior. But let's tap into the evangelist, y'all, because I want to highlight some things that the evangelist said to focus on NAZIYAH running away. Jordy says, okay, I'ma try. Candy says, I'm going to try. JJ says, since you said please. All right, y'all, let's tap into the evangelist.
If you're lost, it's only because you're not listening. But love, if it's because you're listening, but you're listening to try to make a story. But I'm not going to do that for you. I'm going to give you exactly what the word of God has said. So either you accept the word of God or you don't accept the word of God. But for as many as those that believe, gave them power to become the sons of God. So if we're gonna walk in love, you understand exactly what I'm talking about. And I don't buy the hook. I don't buy the hook because you understand, you're listening. You got ears. Or are you guilty of what the Bible says? They have ears, but they don't hear. They have eyes, but they don't see.
And see, I just want to make note, in my opinion, I want to make note of his masculinity, his energy now. If you notice, and if you've studied the evangelist, he portrays two different energy. He'll give you that feminine, he'll give you that sensitive energy, but when he want to get his point across, he brings the masculine energy. And that's what I wanted to focus on. Now, when he's trying to get his point across, that's when that masculine energy comes out, because he really, really wants you and I to comprehend what he's saying. Now, I'm catching his vibe. I'm catching his masculinity vibe all day long. He's telling us something. And he really, really wants us to catch what he's saying. He says it multiple times. Well, let me see if y'all could catch this, since y'all didn't catch what I said the last time. I'm with you, evangelist. I'm with you. Now now when it comes to the scriptures, stop, Pee-wee. Stop it, Pee-wee. When it comes to the scriptures, that's another subject. But I'm with him. Stop it, Pee-wee. Please don't have me up here in tears.
Open up your spiritual ear to listen. And stop trying to listen with your natural ear. Because that natural ear tends to want to continue drama and continue garbage. But see, I'm speaking the word of God that brings understanding, that puts closure to whatever situation, because God is the final say. So here's the thing. This family in question, y'all have dogged them instead of pray for them. See, what I did is I brought some things to the issue, not for y'all to use it to dog this Harris family, but for you to use it to pray for them. Go help them. If you see your brother and sister lost or weak in some area, instead of throwing their stuff on the internet and trying to castigate them, go and help them.
Now, I will agree with him on that, because you all know I always say that regardless of how we feel about NAZIYAH's family, we should pray for her family. So I'm in agreement with the evangelist as far as praying for them. Now he says, go help them. Well, that's going to be something that I'm going to have to backtrack to see how can we help the family. You know, we have extended, I know I've extended my platform for the family to come on. And I know other content creators has extended their hand, you know, and open up their platform for them to come on. See, one thing that the family has to understand, and one thing that some of y'all have to understand that feel like the family shouldn't come on social media, that's negative. Because here's the thing. If the family has nothing to hide, then why wouldn't they come on social media? And that's why I always shout out Roxy, Kenya, Janelle, Kiwana, Marquita, Dre. That's why I always shout them out and give them their flowers, because they all have came on social media. Now, if as the family members, if they ain't got nothing to hide, then they shouldn't have a problem with coming on social media. I feel like that's why Miss Annette and Shannon didn't come on social media, because they have something to hide. You know, now I will say for the family, you know, there are many content creators. You don't have to come on Shankrock's platform. You can go on a platform that you feel comfortable with going on, you know. But in order for us to help the family, evangelist, please let us know. You say pray for the family. Okay, we got that. We got praying for the family. But what other means, how else would you recommend for us to help the family? I'm curious to know. Like I said, I'm sure with all of these people that supports NAZIYAH, I'm sure people wouldn't have a problem with helping the family. Even Miss Annette in her darkest days, even Shannon, whether they are responsible or not, in my opinion, they deserve to be heard. They deserve to have redemption. They deserve to be able to make right of whatever wrong it is that they done. Even Jarvis Butts, in my opinion, I don't believe Jarvis should be allowed back into society, but I do believe that Jarvis should get some rehabilitation. I do believe that Jarvis should get some help while he's in prison. I'll say that. So I'm with the evangelist. As far as helping the family. But before any of us can help the family has to want that help for themselves. And once again, when Kiwana, Marquita, and Janelle and them, they all said that they feel like they failed her. They feel like they wish they could have done more. So I'm with you on that, Kenneth. Let me see what my chat's saying. Before we move any further. All right. Is the family praying for themselves? We praying harder for them than they are themselves. And that's another thing. You know, I'm all for praying for folks, but even when praying for people, they still have to step up to the plate. They still have to take some accountability. You know, we can't just be praying for folks and they're not doing anything to make their condition or their situation better. Appreciate that super chat, Miss Jackson. I mean, that's just my opinion. If they play a role, then on the pitch. I see you, Levique. Some people can't be rehabilitated. They don't feel comfortable going on no one platform because they are hiding something. I see you, Q. Make sure y'all share the live out as well. Caller says, yes, pray for the family. Appreciate this super chat, Miss Jackson. Evangelist is cuckoo for cuckoo puffs. And I feel you, Miss Jackson. I feel you. But at the same time, now when it comes to the scriptures, you know, I disagree. But when it comes to what he's trying to get us to comprehend, I'm with him. I see you, Miss Minnie.
This is what I submit to you today. Go help them. I don't care what you think about it because God did not make you a judge. Now, yes, there's some things that you can see, but instead of talking about it, help them. This is the problem with the church today, is that people always want to do a lot of yakking and gossiping, but nobody is helping. We got to help our fellow brother. We got to help our fellow sister. We got to do the things that God has told us to do. When I was in my apartment here in Cincinnati, I'm not the one I'm in now, but I was in another one. And I looked on Facebook last year, and I seen the picture come up on my phone stating that the little girl, NAZIYAH Harris, had come up missing. I called the grandmother. I said, please tell me this is some kind of joke. Please tell me this is some kind of joke. And she told me, no, it isn't. She's been gone. So I said, well, this is what I'll do. I'll repost this on my page. Maybe somebody that I see that you don't see that may know or see or whatever. So we're going to try to get this news out there. I was even posting on my TikTok, praying for them and praying with them.
Now, let me just stop, y'all. Notice what he said. He said that the grandmother said that that NAZIYAH is gone. He didn't say the grandmother said that somebody kidnapped her or somebody snatched her. Kimberly, don't you do it, Kimberly. Don't you do it, Kimberly. I need you on your best behavior, Kimberly. I see you, Kimberly. But pay attention to the choice of words. The grandmother said that she's gone. Right? Now, if something happened to her, if somebody kidnapped her, why not say, oh my God, I got to tell you, something is foul. Somebody done something to Tudor. I see you, Chandra. States by Rainbow. I see y'all. Why not say that?
Bring for them. And so, a whole year went by, and then finally this year, I look on my Facebook, and I got people calling me all kind of pedophiles and stuff. And I'm like, does that make sense? How can I be in a whole different state and be that? How can I do that? Now, instead of me arguing that point, what I want to do is I want to let you know you all are looking outside of the house, trying to find people to discredit and to ruin their character. But what you should be doing is looking on the inside of the house. That's what you should be doing. You should be looking on the inside. Because I went over there, I want to say it was maybe about 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. This is when I had some money to travel. I had no money no more. And it was me and my auntie, my spiritual auntie, and we sit over there for a second, and I seen the conversations. I don't know about none of the person. I don't come for all that. But what I did was, when we left, I told my auntie, I said, listen, Annette needs to stop talking to those children the way she's talking to them. You an elder. You are supposed to be a representative of God. And your mouth needs to line up with your eldership. How can you claim to be a child of God and let your mouth fly off at these children like that? Now, I want you to understand. I want you to understand. I totally believe in discipline, right? I totally believe in that. I believe in discipline. The Bible believes in it. Discipline is the way to go. The Bible says, train up a child in the way they should go, for when they grow old, they will not depart from it, right? So I totally believe in discipline. But there's a finite line between discipline and abuse. It is a finite line between loving someone and hating them. And I will, after the live, I will.
Give me a second, y'all.
Needs to line up with your eldership. How can you claim to be a child of God and let your mouth fly off at these children like that? Now, I want you to understand. I want you to understand. I totally believe in discipline, right? I totally believe in that. I believe in discipline. The Bible believes in it. Discipline is the way to go. The Bible says, train up a child in the way they should go, for when they grow old, they will not depart from it, right? So I totally believe in discipline. But there's a finite line between discipline and abuse.
I see you, Davida.
It is a finite line between loving someone and hating them. And I will, after the live, I will. You cannot love someone and dog them at the same time. And so I told my auntie Chan, I said, if she don't stop doing this stuff, these children are going to leave. They're going to get tired of it. And now that she had adopted these foster children, you talking to them like that, you don't know what kind of spirit them children is growing up in. And you do that, they might end up taking you out of here. You have to, I don't care. You can hate me, you can dislike me, I don't really care. But you got to watch your mouth. Because Proverbs 19:6 says that the power of life and unalivement lives in the tongue. I sure do. When I first met her uncle and we were dating, I
don't do it, y'all. Don't do it.
I would go.
Don't y'all do it.
Because he had to get something from his mother's house. I was younger at the time, too. This is 10, 11 years ago, maybe more than that.
I see you, Miss Party Line.
And I would sit there with the net and with him and with the twins. And I don't know, the other kids was grown and out the house. Occasionally, her mother would come in, but she usually was working. She worked masonry, do carpentry and all that kind of stuff. And I would sit there with them as she would rock the children. And sometimes she would send them with me and their uncle. And we'd take them over our house and we sit there. Sometimes we actually, not sometimes, we went to church all the time because we used to go to this church called Pathway to Christ. I was in the choir. He was in the choir. My mother, she was handicapped. She was from a stroke. But she was in the choir as well. So we did that. But then sometimes they stay over a couple of days. Sometimes they stay over a week or so. Then we take them back home. They was at home. But once they got of age and they got of size, by that time, me and the uncle was no longer together, right? We had broken up because his mouth had gotten to be out of control. And I cannot be in debauchery with people. Good morning should not turn into an argument. That should not do that. And so I had to get gone because as my auntie Cosetta, God rest her soul, she said, you got to know when to hold, know when to fold, and when to run like hell. And sometimes when you're around a person that's void of understanding, I believe that, and I told my auntie, this was about 3 or 4 years before this happened. I said, if she don't stop with what she's doing, those children are going to leave. I said it. I told her, and I said, they're going to get away. And I said, now she's got these foster children. She's got to stop that because you don't know if the social worker is walking past. You don't know if they sent somebody to listen at your window, because I know the state of Michigan's government is good for that. And so you got to stop what you're doing. I said this. I said, she said, why don't you say so? I said, well, because I know how she is. I don't want to be in no confrontation with her. I don't want to do that. But I knew it. I knew it. And this was maybe about 3 or 4 years ago, I had drove down there. I had a white van, and I was out in the car. Now, by this time, I was talking to somebody else, right? And so we were on the phone, me and this potential boyfriend. We were on the phone, and we were talking. And as soon as we got off the phone with each other, I heard a conversation, and I got real still.
Yeah.
In that van, I got really, 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 really still.
Y'all ain't right. Listen, y'all, just listen.
I heard them say, I can't stand the way we're being treated here. They were all gathering around the kitchen sink, because I know that's where the kitchen sink was. And they said, I can't wait. Did you hear anything I just said?
That's what I've been trying to find, y'all. Lord have mercy. I'm glad I found it. That's what man, look, man, please, y'all, just let me get through this demonstration, y'all. Just let me get through this. Look, tomorrow I'll play the whole 3-hour video of his, and I won't say nothing, and I'll let y'all go for what y'all know best. But please, y'all gotta let me get through this demonstration. Once y'all get to roasting them, that's it. Seems like he needs to wash his face. Why his nose always itching? Lord have mercy. I ain't paying attention. All right. Shit, man. I don't even know my thought. I gotta catch my thought. Oh man, oh man. Oh my God. Now here come Miss Parker. Lord have mercy. All right, y'all. So let me backtrack to catch my shit. All right, y'all. So y'all see that masculine energy came out. This is what I want everybody to focus in on with the evangelist. And like I said, whenever, and I can't speak for all men, but whenever I'm trying to get my point across, my masculine energy is coming out. What'd he say? Let's backtrack to what he said.
Talking, and as soon as we got off the phone with each other, I heard a conversation, and I got real still in that van. I got really still. So, and I heard them say, I can't stand the way we're being treated here. They were all gathering around the kitchen sink, because I know that's where the kitchen sink was. And they said, I can't wait. Did you hear anything I just said?
What'd he say? What'd he say, y'all? Did you hear anything that I just said? I ain't no more good. I gotta take the evangelist off, y'all. Let me write this timestamp down with the evangelist, and then I'll come back, y'all, because y'all got me cracking up. And I'm trying to land my plane, y'all. I'm trying so hard to land my plane, but y'all just keep having me cracking up. All right, 36, 38. All right, I'm gonna come back to that timestamp. All right, but what'd he say, y'all? Are y'all listening to anything that I said? His whole point, the plane that he's landing, the plane that he's trying so hard to land, is that NAZIYAH ran away. NAZIYAH is no longer alive. She ran away. So like I said, for those of y'all that believe that she's still alive, there you go with the with the evangelist. Now, in part 1, remember I played Kiwana and Kenya. I'm gonna play it again in part 2 because I see that some wasn't in part 1. But I'm gonna play what Kiwana had to say to Kenya to catch everybody up that wasn't around for part 1. Now listen to what Kiwana says to Kenya, y'all. I see the chat. I'm almost there, y'all. I'm almost there. And once again, the demonstration is Kenya clears up some things in the NAZIYAH Harris case, y'all. All right, I got it, y'all. Got it. Now let's backtrack once again to what Kiwana had to say to Kenya, y'all. Oh man, that's not what I want. Come on, y'all. All right, here we go, y'all. Here's Kiwana calling out Kenya.
My son grown, bitch. You got my daughter crying outside.
You know where I live. Pull up. Pull up. You know where I live. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. You know where I live. You know where I live. Pull up.
That's why I'm here, y'all. This bitch is demon, man. They've been coming for us all fucking year. All fucking year. Stay quiet. She's a liar. She probably took NAZIYAH. You bitch, you drive a truck. You dirty bitch. Where's NAZIYAH? Where's NAZIYAH? Where the fucking clothes on doing the planet, bitch? Where the clothes? Since you drove a truck to Texas, bitch. Where's NAZIYAH?
Pull up.
Where's NAZIYAH, bitch?
Pull up, and we can resolve it.
Where's NAZIYAH, bitch? You put her in your fucking truck? Where's NAZIYAH? Because your daughter lied, bitch. Your daughter be in the city popping bottles, spending money, blowing bags, bitch. Where's NAZIYAH? How the fuck she got her phone? How the fuck she the one end up at the motherfucking site with the pink jumpsuit, bitch? You know what's going on. You a fucking lying damn bitch.
Pull up.
Where's NAZIYAH, bitch?
Pull up, bitch. Pull up.
Hate that bitch, dog. I hate that bitch. Where the fuck is NAZIYAH, bitch?
Pull up, pull up. That's all you gotta do.
Grow up.
So we can get it out. Pull up so we can get it out. Pull up so we can get it out and get over with. Pull up. Pull up so we can get over with it. So we can get through this. Pull up, because this is what it's going to take. It's going to take for me to beat your ass.
Girl, I will beat the brakes off you.
Come on, man. Come on. You know
I will beat the brakes off you. You know it. You know it. I will jam cross the fuck out you. I will hit you with a liver shot so cold. Bitch, you so cold, you won't know you had a liver. Sick of the demon, bitch. Hate this bitch. Anyway, back to the subject. Where the fuck is NAZIYAH? How did your daughter get NAZIYAH phone? How did she get NAZIYAH phone, Kenya? Why is it that your daughter? How is it that your daughter found the pink jumpsuit? Huh? Your daughter all of a sudden was out there finding evidence and shit. Right. Some liars. Yeah, liar. Everyone in the city, liar. Liar.
Kenya just saying, pull up. She's not denying any of the truck statements. I see you, Michelle. Kiwana saying it with her chest. That part got me wondering. Now, along with what the evangelist had to say, what are y'all thoughts? I think Kiwana, because she said it with feelings. I hear the hate in Kiwana heart. She means what she's saying. Candy, pull up, pull up. Shari, me too, because that's the only part I ever believed, to be honest. Yes, she said Texas. It's funny how Roxy happened to come across that jumpsuit of baby girls for real. Out of all the spots she could have searched, she just found that. I'm starting to rethink this for real. That's where I'm at. If you know, you know. That's why I'm telling everybody. I was a firm believer. 95% of me believe NAZIYAH was unalive. But you're gonna have to rethink now. You're gonna have to backtrack and say, wait a minute, let's backtrack. D says, deflecting. Hope you feel better, Miss Parker. That's a lot of hurt, all jokes aside. They really got on that platform acting like that. Kiwana is so serious. Again, Kenya sounds defeated. Miss Parker, beautiful. I pray for you. Get well soon, Miss Parker. Look, 228 people watching with only 114 likes. Make sure y'all get my likes up. And we also have a goal of 15 super stickers or super chats. If you would like to help us reach our goal, just click on the $ symbol and purchase a super sticker or a super chat. Michelle Sansbury, hey, Michelle, I see you. Not once did she. Child, Miss Parker's a child. No ups given. I wonder, have they always been this way with each other? I believe Kiwana because she was saying with feelings. PJ says, let's go, Kiwana. I see you, Val. They really got on that platform acting like that. I see you too blessed. I see you too blessed to be stressed. A lot of hatred. Kiwana wanted to scrap at this point. They not gone twirl for real, but I could tell they really don't like each other. I heard you took something or someone to Texas in that truck. Wow, just wow. That's what I'm saying, GG. So, no sucks given. They really on that platform acting like that. When she said it, I believe her, Shank. I'm with you, too blessed to be stressed. Kenya was in a state of shock that she knows, and it came out. Yes, they really had some deep down animosity from back when they were younger. Also sound like, to me, it's like the childhood hurt and guilt coming out on both ends. I see you, Julie. Think about it. Not long after this, they all went radio silence. That's telling. That's facts. That's facts, y'all. I have always said NAZIYAH is still alive. So, Davida, I think that why she didn't react, because she know Kenya loved to react. The question is, was that the first place that she searched and found that pink outfit? Get well, Miss Parker. Drink you some. Kenya and her daughter knows more than they are telling. Get well soon. And that's what a lot of people were saying to me. Can't nobody do you like family? And how did your daughter get the phone? Coincidentally, that's crazy. Drunk people speaking the truth. So, once again, y'all, if NAZIYAH Harris ran away, who is helping her to hide? Was it and is it Jarvis? Was it and is it Vari? Was it or is it the evangelist? For those that feel like we are trying to help Jarvis, what are your thoughts now? I mean, because there are some that still believe that we are trying to help Jarvis. There's still those that don't believe any of this could be true. I see you, Leisure Lady. But you can't deny what the evangelist has been saying. You can't deny what was just said from Kiwana to Kenya. I see you, Kenyatta. This is deep, y'all. This is deep. Has anyone ever asked Kiwana why she said that? Because I get the feel she was drunk. I haven't asked her, but Kiwana, she's more than welcome to answer it. Kenya, you're more than welcome to answer it. I would like to know from Kiwana, I would like to know why did she say that? And then from Kenya, I would like to know, is it true? That's why Vari said when Mad Day, so why didn't she tell back then Shank Rock? I'm not sure, Too Blessed. No, it's important to get the correct people or there will be no justice. Say that again, Shank, for real. Really deep. I think Vari, because wasn't he in contact a lot with Roxy, even about a baby, his allegedly. That's facts. I see you, Miss Belinda. And according to the evangelist, Miss Annette told him NAZIYAH called Vari after she was reported missing. And that's another thing. All right, let's add on to this. I see you, Rhapsody. Maybe, and we don't know if it happened, but I see you, Roasted Toast. But maybe the reason why Miss Annette didn't call it as a missing person report, because maybe the day after, who knows, maybe Vari really did get that phone call from NAZIYAH. And maybe that's why it was put out as she ran away. Now, of course, if NAZIYAH did call Vari, and if Vari let it be known, then of course Miss Annette would have waited. Let me catch it right here. He definitely was agreeing with Kiwana and speaking on it too. This goes way more deeper than this. That truck statements mean something, Shank. It's odd she said that to Kenya. Yeah. And y'all remember when we heard it. When I heard it, I was like, damn. But I ain't really pay no much attention to it. They need to take him in for questioning and strap his funky ass up to a lie detector test, since he keeps inserting his boogers and itchy ass opinions. Kenya ain't drive nobody anywhere. They are family and they are passionate about it. Everyone wants answers. She's just mad. I don't believe NAZIYAH is still amongst us. They need to question everyone. She loved the internet too much to have been silent this long. I'm just saying. Why sneak Vari baby mother in and out of Detroit? Yeah, there's a reason everybody was so calm, not crying and not worried about her not coming home. Something ain't right. Even Vari, like the evangelist was saying, Vari wasn't on Facebook. Vari wasn't on social media boo-hooing or making a big fuss about his sister being missing. Even in his interviews, he wasn't making no big fuss. He ain't seem emotional at all. At all. So if NAZIYAH allegedly called Vari after she was reported missing, maybe that's why the school didn't get the Detroit Police Department involved in it till 30 days later. Maybe. I'm not saying that that's what happened, y'all. But I'm just saying maybe. Because see, now that we got everything, not everything, but now that we got the majority of the things, now we can start putting 2 and 2 together. Why did Miss Annette wait until the next day to report NAZIYAH not coming home? Why did the Detroit school system wait for 30 days to get the Detroit Police Department involved? Because maybe NAZIYAH really ran away. That's all I'm saying, folks. That's all I'm saying. With these receipts, with this evidence that we are looking at and listening to, it's just a strong possibility. You know, he never said, the evangelist never said what Miss Annette said that NAZIYAH allegedly said to Vari. Maybe NAZIYAH told Vari, you can let Nana know that I'm okay, but I ain't never coming back. And maybe Vari said that to her. Who knows? Who knows? Would witness protection go through this just to catch Jarvis? Serious question, y'all. And maybe that's why Vari was mad with Roxy about that money, because it was for baby girl. Facts. Facts. That's another can of worms. Appreciate that, Latosh. Come on now. Maybe that money for the merch, maybe it was for NAZIYAH, to help NAZIYAH. Maybe that's why Vari was mad with Roxy. I don't know. I don't believe that baby ran away. If she was still alive, she would see she has people truly riding for her. She would speak up and speak out, period. They need to sit down. They need to sit down, gone, you all that played a part in her demise. Y'all day coming. I can't claim this child is gone till we have proof. I hope we will learn the truth soon. When Roxy was texting Vari, why she said niece. So it's a possibility she's in hiding. That's facts, Bianca. That's facts. I'm going to go back to the evangelist in a minute, y'all. Let me finish up with Kiwana and Kenya. Once again, for this complete demonstration, make sure y'all go to my channel, the main channel, and it's Kenya clears up some things in the NAZIYAH Harris case. The timestamp is 2:35:10, but feel free to watch the whole demonstration, because a whole lot of things were said in this demonstration, y'all.
All of a sudden, NAZIYAH came up missing on the 9th, bitch, and your daughter drove out of town on the 6th. Bitch,
so now you saying Roxy drove
Last February, the end of February, she never knew where the fuck is NAZIYAH.
NAZIYAH went missing on the 9th, according to Kiwana. Roxy drove out of town on the 6th. So, y'all let me know.
Y'all know where she at, bitch. You know where she at. Yeah. But y'all trying to spin it around and make everybody hate the people that know we fighting, because we know you bitches dirty. Y'all dirty.
Now we dirty.
Yeah. Y'all driving across the street talking about she been out of town.
Now, in my opinion, and it's just my opinion, and I could be wrong, because Kenya was trying to help. Kiwana, all of them was trying to help. I do give them that credit. Kenya, Kiwana, and Janelle, I give them that credit that they did try to intervened. They did try to get Vari and NAZIYAH, and that stopped it. So maybe by any means necessary, maybe Kenya, Roxy, along with Jarvis and Vari, maybe they put it all together. Or maybe Jarvis didn't even know nothing about it. Who knows? It's worth us backtracking, and it's worth us looking at both sides of the fence. And when I say both sides of the fence, strong possibility she could be alive. Strong possibility she could be deceased. It's, in my opinion, it's too much. It's too much out there to say she didn't run away. It's not enough out there to say she's deceased, in my opinion. In my opinion. I think it's more out there that she ran away compared to her being deceased. That's just my opinion, y'all. Let's go back to the evangelist, and then we're going to get out of here. All right, let's see.
Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, family, friends, frenemies. This was maybe about 3-4 years ago. I had drove down there. I had a white van, and I was out in the car. And by this time, I was talking to somebody else, right? And so we were on the phone, me and this potential boyfriend. We were on the phone and we were talking. And as soon as we got off the phone with each other, I heard a conversation, and I got real still in that van. I got really, 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 really still. So, and I heard them say, I can't stand the way we're being treated here. They were all gathering around the kitchen sink, because I know that's where the kitchen sink was. And they said, I can't wait. Did you hear anything I just said?
There you go.
The whoopings and the talking to the children crazy. And so they were talking about, we can't stand the way we're being treated. I can't wait till I grow up. I'm gonna leave here. Nah. They was going through this whole thing, and everything that they said and how they were going to leave, it has happened. I don't know why y'all can't see that. Everything that those children said has happened. And no, I don't believe Jarvis. I didn't know Jarvis like that. But I don't believe he had anything to do with it. I'm not saying his nose is clean. I'm not saying he's no prayer book. But what I am saying is I do not believe that he is the reason why those children are gone. I do not believe it.
When you talk to everyone, no matter what platform you go to, no matter what content creator it is, everybody agrees that Jarvis is guilty of inappropriately touching NAZIYAH. Everybody. We all believe, even the evangelists, we all believe that Jarvis is definitely guilty of the inappropriately touching. The majority of us believes Jarvis didn't unalive NAZIYAH. 80% of the people believe Jarvis didn't unalive NAZIYAH. But we all believe he's guilty of inappropriately touching her. We all believe that it's bigger than Jarvis. I haven't heard a content creator yet that haven't said that. Every content creator that I listen to, even those on TikTok, believe it's bigger than Jarvis.
They were all at the table. I mean, all at the kitchen sink. And they all sat there and talked about how they want to leave.
We know that Vari ran away a few times because Vari was older. I think Vari is 3 or 4 years older than NAZIYAH. Maybe 5, but Vari is much older. So he ran away a few times. As I said before, Vari is experienced in running away. He done it before. He's gotten caught. But my point is this. When it comes to NAZIYAH, he's able to coach her through. He ran away before. He was successful. He was non-successful. He got away. He got caught. So he knows, okay, baby sister, move this way to get away. Okay, baby sister, don't move that way or you'll get caught. The best teacher, I heard this from Muhammad Ali though, the best teacher is from someone that has already failed. Somebody that has already took losses. If you want to know how to keep your credit good, talk to somebody that got bad credit. Talk to somebody that messed up their credit because they're going to tell you what not to do. You want to run away? Talk to somebody that got away. Talk to somebody that got caught. Because those that got away going to tell you how they got away. Those that got caught going to tell you how they got caught. That's why, as he said, them kids were smart. Them kids were already planning. And I said this on his live. I said they were planning and they were praying. And I'm a firm believer in prayer. Prayer works. And I know, and we know, God takes care of children and fools. You don't think if them children were praying, they were brought up in the church. They know all about praying. Miss Annette prayed with them. So they know all about praying. So with some planning and prayer, anything is possible. The evangelist is really stressing to us. He's really stressing to us. And the so-called brother is a cop officer as well. Maybe Jarvis was the mark. Lola that part, hide her because she was going to be a problem for them. Vari wearing a memorial necklace with her photo on it with no proof of her passing is odd to me as well. Facts. And people always say the reason why Miss Annette ain't having the memorial, the visual, because she knows she ain't deceased. I'm just saying. That's definitely the word. Me too, Sugar Bear. Wait, what, Sugar Bear? Kids keep quiet when they are young. As they get older, they start talking, perhaps a little too much for them. Prayer also changes things and situations. I know, right, Jordy? You can plan all you want, but you got to have money to move around and pregnant. I don't know. Now, that's facts. But what did somebody say? Maybe that's why Vari got mad with Roxy, because of the money. Wait, he earring a necklace. I don't believe half the stuff the evangelist says. Only trial will show us what's really going on. They already couldn't control her, in my opinion. How would hiding help control her? Because again, she was speaking out. I can believe Jarvis knew she wanted to run away, so that could explain why he didn't seem concerned and the text messages stopped. Facts. Vari got to play that role because he knows where she is. Sad way, but I see you see it. Saya TV, I see. If Annette claim her as gone and they find out she's not going, that's false report. I just hope Law and Crime covers this trial. You got COs taking care of him. Nothing showing up on the active offender site. I'm just waiting on the trial and hope it's covered. Also, Roxy's wife is an officer too. Just really waiting for the trial. Every day there are new things coming out. I agree for that too. I really don't think she here still or the baby.
And everything that was said happened. Every single thing that they said has come to pass. The answer has been staring y'all in the face for the longest. So catch this, just in case y'all didn't catch it the first time.
What'd he say? The answers are staring us in the face. What'd he say? Catch this. Because y'all didn't catch it the first time. Let's say what he got to say.
Down. I do not believe it. They were all at the table. I mean, all at the kitchen sink. And they all sat there and talked about how they want to leave. And everything that was said happened. Every single thing that they said has come to pass. The answer has been staring y'all in the face for the longest. So catch this, just in case y'all didn't catch it the first time. NAZIYAH so-called comes up missing. About a week later, Tavarius has gotten a girl pregnant, quote unquote.
Catch this. NAZIYAH Harris comes up missing, quote unquote. A week later, this girl, Vari, supposedly got pregnant. Appreciate this super chat, Big Mama. He is honest about the kids, just not about his role in it. Catch this now. NAZIYAH comes up, quote unquote, missing. He knows. He knows. And one thing that I know from covering the Shanquella Robinson case, NAZIYAH Wiggins couldn't tell us everything, but NAZIYAH Wiggins, if you go back to the Shanquella Robinson case, and make sure y'all hashtag justice for Shanquella Robinson, NAZIYAH Wiggins, he made that video, and he said it's deeper than what y'all know. He couldn't tell us everything, but the little that he did tell us opened up a whole different can of worms. It's the same videos, y'all. I covered the Shanquella Robinson case. I covered it. Same thing with the evangelist. The evangelist in this case is NAZIYAH Wiggins in the Shanquella Robinson case, y'all. NAZIYAH Wiggins, he knew, but it was so much that he could tell us. The evangelist, he knows, but it's only so much that he can tell us. And he's telling us. He telling us.
So most brothers, now I didn't have no siblings like that, and the ones that I do have, they grown and doing their own thing, but they're not from my mother. This was through my father's other relation. But most brothers, if they have a relationship with their sibling, a close connection, right? They ain't sitting there chilling on Facebook talking about when y'all coming over to party. Nah. Mm-mm. If they felt that they sibling, now they might fight and carry on, but they on Facebook, they saying something, they posted something. Because if one of my friends, and I don't even have no blood brothers, but and really nobody close around me right now, but if I had a friend that I cared about and they were really lost and they were really gone, oh, listen, I would be on every social media site, on the news. I would be all over the internet. Where's my family at? Where's my friend at? But you ain't see none of that. You ain't see none of that. Nope. See, and I'm not talking about nobody. What I am saying is there's an order of how life works. That's what I'm saying. There is an order how life works that has been around here before I was born and gonna be here after I'm gone on. So you can't tell me that NAZIYAH is gone. You can't tell me that because I'm not gonna believe it. I know you would, because I would too. Because he knows where his sister is at. I don't care what he said. Excuse me. I don't care what he said. I know he knows where his sister's at. Now, I don't know where she's at, but I know he knows where she's at. And I'm going to tell you something else. I know she's alive. I know that. Listen, I'm too old to be mind screwed, and there ain't enough people to do it. But here's the thing I do know. He knows where she's at. Because the slip of the tongue from Annette herself is that she told me that NAZIYAH had reached out to him even after she had supposedly came up missing. She had reached out to him and called.
I believe it, y'all. I believe it. We got to remember, in the very, very beginning, the story wasn't as big as it is now. See, now, of course, Miss Annette, and for a minute, Miss Annette, she, okay, let me put a lid on it. But in the very beginning, they were talking. Shannon, they were talking. I believe them. I could be wrong. I believe Miss Annette told him that. I see you, Christian. The trial is in October. I believe exactly what he said, and I believe that it did happen. I believe NAZIYAH called Vari after January the 9th. After she was reported missing, I believe NAZIYAH contacted Vari. I see you, Shari. I see you, JJ. And that's why Miss Annette in the school, that's why they didn't report it to the Detroit Police Department. Had Annette for 1 second, and I know y'all gonna start throwing all kind of stuff at me, especially on the replay game. But I believe if Miss Annette knew for 1 second that when NAZIYAH didn't come home, because remember, NAZIYAH was with Jarvis after school from 3, correct me if I'm wrong, from 3 to 9 p.m. Miss Annette and them knew that NAZIYAH was with Jarvis. And that's why they waited. Because they figured Jarvis going to bring her back home. This case is deep, y'all. I have to do some more backtracking. I'm going to backtrack the demonstration that I done with Marquita. I see you, April. I see you, Karen, Goddess. I see everybody. I got a lot of backtracking to do. I got a lot of demonstrations with a lot of information on it. So make sure everybody is subscribed to my main channel, Shank Rock, and make sure y'all pull up every night over here. Over here, we'll do the demonstrations at 10 p.m. So just mark that on your calendar. 10 p.m. Eastern time on the backup channel, Shank is doing the NAZIYAH Harris demonstration. So that way y'all don't got to worry about not getting notifications and all of that. But we got 2 platforms where we'll be doing these demonstrations. But I got a lot of backtracking to do, y'all. I do. I haven't even tapped into the transcripts. A big shout out to Miss Parker and her riders for the transcripts. We got a lot of homework to do, y'all. And I'm hoping that you all could backtrack with me. Go through my library of demonstrations. Go through the other content creators, because the other content creators have been dropping a lot of jewels as well. They got a lot of information over there on their platforms. You know, I say visit all the content creators, you know, and get from each content creator what you can get from them. You know, I don't hold all the answers. I don't. We all got pieces of the puzzle, you know, so let's backtrack, y'all. Let's backtrack and let's keep an open mind. Let's keep them prayers up that NAZIYAH Harris is alive. Let's hope and pray that she do walk through that courtroom. But if she walks through that courtroom, Jarvis' defense team is going to have a field day with that prosecution. And so I don't think, now I could be wrong. I don't think that she's going to walk through in that courtroom. That defense team will have a field day. It'll be a mistrial. The red rum definitely will get thrown out. That red rum will definitely get thrown out. Now, I don't know about the inappropriate touching. We got some homework cut out for us. I appreciate everybody's support. I appreciate you subscribing to the channel. I appreciate you hitting the like button. I appreciate you sharing it out. Those that are able to support financially, I appreciate you all. I appreciate you all. And just know, I can't do this alone. I can't do this by myself. So my rock squatters, y'all are just as important to this case as I am. Once again, I will be giving out some more moderator wrenches. If you don't want the moderator wrench, just kindly let me know and I'll give it to somebody else. All right. Salute everybody. And I'll see everybody back tomorrow at 10 p.m. on the backup channel. And I'll see everybody on the main channel at 12:30 p.m. All right. Salute everybody. And also make sure you're following me on Instagram. My Instagram is Shankrock. If you have any information pertaining to the case that you would like to get to me, send it to my DM on Instagram. Once again, my Instagram is Shankrock. Salute everybody, and I'll see everybody back tomorrow on the main channel. I'll leave the chat running, and you all can hang around. Salute everybody.
Called him. And then she took the phone away from him, which was kind of a stupid idea. But she took the phone away from him. But I'm pretty sure that ain't the only number he had. And I'm pretty sure that ain't the only way of contact. Because you know kids know about phones. These children were born in the era of phones. Oh, take the phone. It ain't like I can't go and do because the phones that they had was what through the numbers they had was through what's it called text line. He knows exactly where his sister's at. Now they can act like they on the short bus. The one that say slow children on board. But I'm not on that short bus. He knows where his sister's at. And Jarvis is being used as the scapegoat. Now, I'm not saying that I'm on his side. That part right there. That part right there. Somehow, they must have got wind that Jarvis had a record. And that was the perfect goat to use to get gone. So he made sure his sister was out of sight. Then, not long after that, he got an excuse to get out of sight so that he could get out their house too by getting some girl pregnant. Now, I don't know what the girl's name is, so I can't give you no name on that because I don't know who the girl is. But I do know this. NAZIYAH is not gone. I know that for a fact. Because if she was, the internet would be blown up. It'd be blown up. It'd be blown up. Take my word for it. Yeah, because that's what they felt they were going through. That is exactly what they thought they were going through. And hear my heart. Annette has some good attributes, right? And I'm not trying to dog her, but I'm trying to challenge for change. Because as a Christian, and it's just funny that my sister in Christ is on here watching too. And her wife always challenges not to dog a person out, but challenge them for change. And here's the thing.